Good morning, this is Jeremy Williams with Sewerline Check Professionals here at 3652 McLaughlin Avenue in Mar Vista. Doing a re-examination of the main sewer line for Erin Hill. The original DVD was kind of an error on the DVD. And given the recommendations we had for the line, we really needed to have a working video, so I'm just going to scope it again. This is the building drain piping underneath the structure. It's a portion of the line that we are not focusing on. It's a material called cast iron metal pipe. And here we're making a left-hand turn as we're heading out towards the street. Just a moment, we'll be making one more, I think it's a left turn. Yeah, so here we are entering into the vitrified clay portion of main sewer line. Here's the first break where you can see. I'm going to pause the recording for just a moment. So this is the very start of the sewer line. This is the first crack in the pipe where you can see the crack running right along the bottom there. You can see it going up into the right. There's a lot of roots. Root intrusions in clay piping are very common and typical. They're to be expected. However, that's only if they're coming into the pipe through a joint. If they're coming in through a crack, it's not an acceptable situation. So when we have a joint here, if the roots were coming in, totally fine. When the pipe is cracked like this, it means sewer water is probably able to kind of seep out of the system. It's not doing so in such an extent that it's, a major issue, but something like this only gets worse, not better. And it certainly doesn't stay the same. From there, we go back into a small section of this cast iron piping. And right back into clay. We'll see some areas of root intrusions in other areas. Like this area here, you've got a joint. There's some cracking in the joint, but cracking within a joint, the joints of clay systems are two pipes overlapping one another. And then around that is a bunch of mortar on these older clay systems to seal it all together. The joints are really quite substantial. Here's some pretty significant roots. But they are coming in at a joint. It's typically just a maintenance issue. And right here we run into some pretty big joints. Now here's one of the bigger cracks. You can actually look right into the ground there. A lot of roots coming in right there. So the joint is here. The crack is just past it. And the extent of this damage we can't even see all of. Like we can see there right into the ground, and we know that that's not a good thing. But on the right-hand side, you can see the roots are blocking view. I was able to get past this point, and there's another. This is where we got stopped. And this almost, it's really hard to tell exactly what's going on. It almost looks like the pipe might not be intact anymore, hard to say. In order to really assess what's going on in this area, you have to try to clean the line. I'm recommending the cleaning be hydrojetting. Hydrojetting is a high-powered wash. These roots have gotten to a point where the more conventional snaking method of sewer line cleaning couldn't possibly clear these roots out properly. They're just too thick. There's kind of one of the best views we're going to get of this area, but it's if the line is able to be thoroughly cleaned with the hydrojetting method of sewer line cleaning, and we find that the pipe isn't severely collapsed, or there's not big chunks of pipe missing, it may be a candidate for something like a lining system, which can be a pretty substantial cost savings depending on the contractor you hire to do it. At the same time, if the line cannot be cleaned with the hydrojetting method, which is the first step to a lining system, or it's found that it's collapsed, things of that nature, then other methods of replacement could become necessary. But definitely the first step at this point is to try to clean the line as best as possible and see what kind of results we can get from that. And that's going to conclude this video portion of the examination. Again, this is Jeremy Williams with Sewerline Check Professionals. Thank you very much.